Yes, I promised Andrew Tate. Let's do Andrew Tate. It was George Santos. I was wrong, but let's do the Andrew Tate thing. Andrew Tate has been arrested and released on human trafficking allegations by the Romanian police. Now, this is nothing new. This is not like, I mean, it's holy shit that he actually got arrested and his house was raided.
That's pretty interesting.
But he's been accused of this for years. Like, this has been a long-standing thing. There are even allegations that he moved to Romania to get away from these kind of charges in the UK. Mm-hmm. Now, my thing is, why would you move to a place because you were under investigation for this thing and then start doing the same thing somewhere else?
Because you just can't get enough. That's why.
I guess.
But like I said, he's worth how much money? I feel like you don't need to do this.
Yeah, $250 million in Romania. He won't go to jail.
I don't think so.
I feel like Romania is one of those countries that if you're wealthy enough, you can pay whoever you need to pay and you'll get out of it.
You could be paying like of age women for sex too. Like, I don't understand why you go.
Well,
I'm
not even sure what the trafficking allegations are. I'm not that up to speed.
Okay.
On the laws that Tate may or may not have broken. All I know is that I guess and this is conjecture. I don't know if this is true. It was one of the pizza boxes, like when he was feuding with Greta Thunberg yesterday.
What a weird thing to say.
Right, I know. Apparently, he tweeted out something, and there was a picture of him, and there were pizza boxes in the picture. And there was a QR code on the pizza box, and they were able to figure out the address they delivered those pizzas to. Oh. And when they found the address, that was Andrew Tate's address, and then they went in and arrested him and raided his house. I don't know if that's true or if that's just Greta Thunberg spiking the football. But Greta Thunberg won.
I guess so, huh?
Like, she is the winner, and she spiked the football a little bit this morning.
Unlikely winner.
She tweeted, "This is what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes."
Has over 200,000 retweets. Oh my God.
People really liked that one. Woo. Like, even if you don't like Greta Thunberg, and I'm not a fan.
Not really.
That's pretty fucking good.
That is funny.
Like that.
Good for her. That's like the biggest win she's had.
Yeah, she's doing like the environmentalist thing, and she's also shitting on Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes. And also, you can tell like the fans of ours in the chat that like don't give a shit about politics. And then the people who take politics too seriously. Guys, this is a great opportunity for us to tell you our mantra on this show. I may have my political beliefs, but it doesn't mean shit on a comedy show. It doesn't matter on a comedy show. And you don't need to worry about it either. Oh, I fucking hate Greta Thunberg. Don't. In this scenario, it's fine to go, oh, that was funny.
Can we just look at a person for once?
Right. Just look at the thing the person did. And then go, hey, that's funny.
Isn't that the only reason we ever look at anyone? Like, some people shit on, like, oh, you're looking at these YouTube people. But it's like, no, they're doing interesting things.
Greta Thunberg is propaganda funded by Soros. Oh, yeah? Well, you're probably a lot of your favorite movies have paid for propaganda in them. So that's just part of life.
This is just watching human behavior.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Controversial and provocative influencer Andrew Tate and his brother have been arrested in Romania on human sex trafficking allegations, according to a report. And by the way, Andrew Tate's brother, who you see on his live streams sometimes, is there a bigger hanger-on in the world?
I don't think so. If you're going to be...
I
feel like even if you're on his show... Like,
that's a big bank account to hang off of, and that guy is just right there. They might as well be conjoined twins.
Yeah.
But Andrew Tate's brother starts where Andrew Tate's asshole ends. You know, like he's just attached right at the asshole. They're almost like a human centipede.
It is the human centipede.
Yeah. The publication Libertad, reports the two have been brought in on kidnapping and rape charges. Aye. Holy shit.
Not good.
Though the specific, I guess that Logan Paul fight isn't happening.
Do you see what I'm saying, though? You don't need to rape people. That guy can get pussy on his own.
Yeah,
stop doing that.
He also looks like the kind of guy who like no is a negotiation to. You know what I mean?
Oh, you said no. Let's see how no this is in a minute. Here.
Yeah, like he strikes me as an old school guy who like the sale starts at no.
I don't like that.
The only problem is with sex that no is kind of the end of the sale. Like no, a sale starts at no. The only time that the exception to that rule is when you're about to stick your dick in somebody. If you're about to stick your dick in somebody and they say no and you wiggle it in there anyway just to see how it feels, to see if you can change their mind, guess what? You're going to jail.
Tiny bit.
Just how that one works.
And then somebody can stick their,
Then you're going to get someone to stick their dick inside of you, and then the yes or the no doesn't matter at that point. The sale begins.
They actually get off on the no.
Yeah, the sale begins at please don't.
Oh, beg me harder.
Yeah. In prison, they follow a different sales rule. ABC, always be closing, but while opening.
Gaping.
If you will. Gaping. ABG, always be gaping. A video circulating on social media from a Romanian news outlet shows both Tate and his brother being let out of the building in handcuffs. So we have the video of Andrew Tate being arrested. It's pretty short. There he is. This may sound weird to say. He looks good arrested. Like he looks like a guy who should be being arrested.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he looks kind of hot like this.
No. I'm saying he looks like a guy who belongs in handcuffs.
Yes, I guess. I don't know. His attitude more so projects that for me. You
ever see those billionaire businessmen who get arrested and you're like, that doesn't look right. That's just some soft, doughy white guy with gray hair.
Yeah, but that's the one I kind of expect to do the sneakier shit.
I expect the hoodlum look.
Really?
I
feel like they live their life out too open for me.
I'm
kind of the opposite of what you're doing.
I'm just saying the aesthetic of him in handcuffs with the hood over his head. He looks good arrested.
Okay. I like that they do give him the chance to put a hood up first.
So there he goes. He's in the car. And that's it. There's Andrew Tate being arrested. I like that the Romanian police still do the old Soviet thing with the balaclavas and shit. They still look like scary police people.
Intimidating.
Yeah. I don't want that shit here, but
that guy.
I like that they do it.
I don't think Andrew had handcuffs on. His hand was in his pockets, so they just kind of let him. As long as you're going with, you just
maybe he did,
go.
maybe he didn't. Do you think he offered them if you let me out of here, I'll give you a free membership to Hustlers University, and I'll teach you how to be a top G.
How about you give me a Bugatti first?
I'll get you a Bugatti.
Okay.
And then after that, maybe I could teach you how to keep your bitches in line.
You know what? Deal.
Are your bitches in line? Or are your bitches running wild?
They're running wild.
I can teach you how to make that woman not run wild. Through my Hustlers University course.
Okay, if you promise to do this, I'm going to let you go.
And if you let me go, Andrew Tate's like a fun little leprechaun. If you let him go, you get a Bugatti.
Shake on it.
I don't shake hands with men who don't control their women.
But I want to learn.
Do you mind if I take my shirt off? I'm a lot more comfortable giving you advice if I'm chest bare.
No, then I feel self-conscious.
All right, well, I'll keep my shirt on, and I'll tell you right now that the first thing you need to do is you need to let me go to my domicile. And then after that, you go home and you tell your wife that she's not getting away with having opinions anymore.
Okay, this is going to be hard, but I'm going to try.
Listen, remember, she doesn't need opinions. You're there to protect her life. If somebody comes into the house and they're going to kill somebody, who's the one going downstairs to check on it?
Me.
Right. So she shouldn't be allowed to speak in your presence.
Okay.
It's only fair.
Now, do I have to take my shirt off in her presence?
No, it's
Would that assert my dominance?
It's a perk you get to use.
Okay.
You should get to do it. You should be doing that for you rather than for them.
Yeah.
And then you'll get a Bugatti.
I'm in. Now, can I shake on it?
No.
I want the damn car.
I'm not shaking your pathetic hand until you get your woman in line, and then first you get the chicks.
So I need some
Then
more
you
calluses.
give them a black eye. Then they stop talking. Then you get a Bugatti.
So you're saying pimp hand strong?
I would never say something like that. You only do that if they won't learn their position in the domicile. Great Bernie Sanders accent, Aaron. Yes, I know. I can't do an Andrew Tate.
Bernie
Look,
Sanders.
There are voice impressions and there are character impressions. I do a character impression of Andrew Tate. That's right. You're going to get your woman to be quiet. You're going to get your woman to obey you.
Yeah.
And then you're going to convert to Islam.
Why?
I'm making the rules up as I go.
Okay. I'm trying to follow.
It works for the 16-year-olds who subscribe to my Hustler University.
Look, if you're going to
I'm very good at tricking teenagers into buying my bullshit. I know you want to have a respectful relationship with a woman where you get along and you have fun and you have sex, but you have to hold a woman down and threaten her And then you have sex with her.
Is it hotter that way?
No, it's just more appropriate to nature and God. Do you want a Bugatti?
Yeah.
Do you have consensual sex with your wife?
Yes.
Naughty, naughty, no Bugatti. That's what you need to learn.
I will get the threats going.
By the way, whoever said naughty, naughty, no Bugatti in the chat, I stole that from you. It was very funny.
He has like 32
Ryobi.
of those.
Thank you, Ryobi.
I shit you not, he's got like 32 sports cars.
He's going to have to sell 2 to pay for the lawyers now, though, because it looks like they've got him by the nipples.
I just picture him as like he takes his shirt off and like steam comes off him. Like he's that kind of douche. He just steams wherever he goes.
That's because I spray myself down with a water bottle.
Oh, I've seen you do that.
No, you haven't.
Wrestling. Remember?
No. They hit you with that on the hair so you look a little like warmed up and sweaty when you go to the ring.
Do you remember Kyle Powers, though?
Yeah, he had it all over.
In Howard Lake, there's this guy, and he's pretty good at wrestling. I like watching him, but he had his little like Speedo deal on, and he's got the long hair, and he's just fucking spraying himself down.
So like in boxing, a guy goes to the ring, he's been warming up in the locker room, and he's dripping with sweat. That's supposed to be with it's supposed to look like you're fucking ready.
Why not just warm up then?
Because wrestlers are fucking lazy. They're like the baseball players of combat sports.
He just gets to walk around in a Speedo with his junk hanging out and then just spraying himself down.
Look, I've had 4 matches and I've barely stretched before any of them. And like the guys in the locker room, same shit. Like we're just sitting there bullshitting, talking about our matches, and then they tell stories about other matches they've done, and then hit yourself with the water bottle a few times and go out and do your match.
I just thought that was very funny. Like I'm watching this grown-ass man spray himself down with water mist.
Yeah. It's a lot easier than like doing sit-ups and jumping jacks and running around.
Dude, I ran in that ring with you for like a minute, and I was sweaty.
Yeah, it's
hot out.
Pro wrestling.
It's hot in Howard Lake.
Yeah, and pro wrestling is cardio. I mean, people think that pro wrestling is a joke. Like you get in there and you do a match, I'll give you 2 things. 1, it fucking hurts. Number 2, it's cardio, man. You're moving around.
I like the tag teams better. I'll admit that.
You know
I
why?
like the tag teams. They're fun.
You like the hot tag. You like it when the guy's getting beat up and then he reverses and he gets the hot tag and the other guy comes in and he's just...
I do like a good hot tag.
You know, when you're... I'll give you a little inside scoop here. When you're in the locker room and you're plotting out your match, you know when the guy's getting beat up and then he makes the hot tag and the guy comes in clotheslining, punching, all that stuff? You know what that move is called? When you're mapping out the match.
What is it?
You go, all right, you're going to, we're going to get the heat on you and we're going to beat you up and then you're going to give the hot tag. I want to know how much people know about, like my pro wrestling fans, how much of marks they are. There is a certain three-word phrase that we use to describe when you're going to do a bunch of things in a short amount of time, like the hot tag, and then you're going to clothesline, throw to the ropes, corner splash, a big boot or something or whatever. There's a phrase we use that's shorthand for that succession of moves, and it's the most fun part for me of pro wrestling.
Somebody said check the oil.
No, not check the oil and not bitch the tea either. Okay, so they'll say, all right, we're gonna get the heat on you. We're gonna beat the shit out of you, and they're calling spots and everything out. Mm-hmm. All right, but then you're gonna get the hot tag, and then it's gonna go to you. You're gonna come in, boom, boom, boom. That's what it is. It's boom, boom, boom.
It's just boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom is a shorthand for what you're going to do during the hot tag. I love that. It's my favorite part. Like every time, that was my favorite part of learning pro wrestling and like doing matches.
Yeah.
Was the shorthand shit. No, at SC Motorsports, it's not Aaron is a cunt. That was the phrase that pays. But my favorite part is when they're like, all right, when you it's not only that they say boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But it's that you understand what boom, boom, boom means is the funnest part.
I feel like I've heard that phrase in songs before, and now maybe I know what that means.
Oh, no. This is purely stuck to wrestling. It has
like
no
it
other
doesn't, like
cultural connotation, no.
People talk about wrestlers and boxers a lot in music, actually.
Matt Whitaker says, yada, 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 boom, boom, boom. No, that's not that far off. It's like, all right, we're going to get the heat on you, all right? And then we're going to whip you into the corner. We're going to go for the clothesline. You're going to move. You're going to struggle. We're going to try to get you. Hot tag, you come in, boom, boom, boom. Then we're going to do double corners and then to the finish. That's it.
See, Brain's trying to do the song. There is a song that goes like that.
That's a different thing. All right.
I know.
So anyway, back to Andrew Tate. I got into my pro wrestling thing.
Yeah, you're insisting upon yourself.
Okay, Andrew Tate and pro wrestling are like hand in hand. He is a pro wrestler, basically. Tate became the huge focus on Twitter earlier this week after he tweeted at environmental activist Greta Thunberg, mocking her efforts by listing his collection of cars. You know, it is perfect that Andrew Tate got caught this way because he just basically what he did is he tripped over his own dick.
Over a pizza box.
Right. He had to let his nuts hang and brag to Greta Thunberg. By the way, out of nowhere, she didn't write to him. She didn't shit on Andrew Tate. She had nothing on him. He just decided one day he was bored. He's like, I don't want to take my Bugatti for a ride. I'm going to tweet at Greta Thunberg for no reason. Bragging about all the cars he has, letting his dick out, all this other stuff. And then it goes into the, yes, please do enlighten me, she wrote. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. But then he starts doing a live stream and he's got these pizza boxes out.
What a dummy.
And apparently, so this was like, remember when Shia LaBeouf had that flag flying, that he will not divide us flag?
Yes.
And the Spurgs on 4chan found the star formations and the airline schedules going by that flag, and they were able to triangulate the position and take the flag down.
Isn't that insane?
It's amazing. Well, people did a similar thing with Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
So he's going back and forth with Greta Thunberg. Tate created a video response to her tweet, which featured pizza boxes from Jerry's Pizza, a company with locations in Romania. There's speculation the pizza boxes helped Romanian authorities track Tate down. So he's been in hiding in Romania. Nobody knew where he lives. He probably paid cash for the place he's living in.
Sure.
And so nobody could pick him up. He's been wanted on these charges for a long time.
I don't understand how somebody like him gets away with that, though. When they make videos, can't you track an IP address or anything like that?
Yeah, you know, well, if you
really...
use a VPN, I mean, that's easy to get around.
Good point.
So that's why when Corey tweeted that thing today of like, this guy said that Andrew Tate was going to be arrested in 2022 or 2023. Andrew Tate could have been arrested at any given moment in the last year or two.
But we had to get Greta Thunberg.
We had to get Greta Thunberg in there. So it's Jerry's Pizza in Romania.
Yep.
They went and they found different Jerry's Pizza locations and then checked the delivery times and were able to find out which one was him. The Daily Mirror, I mean, that's amazing.
That is so fucked, honestly.
All he had to do was shut the fuck up and not care about Greta Thunberg. I got to tell Andrew Tate this. You might say, oh, well, it was hard for me to resist, writing to Greta Thunberg. I can tell you it's easy to forget about Greta Thunberg. You know how I know it's easy?
Because you don't think of her?
I do it every day.
Yeah, I forgot she existed.
I don't think about Greta Thunberg ever.
I don't even know your name.
You know what would make me think about Greta Thunberg even less? Being worth $250 million and having 24 Bugattis.
You'd think of a lot less people.
I would think of a lot less people. I would sit there and go, you know what I'm going to do today? Watch every WrestleMania. There. That's my day.
That is you for sure.
I'm going to start at 1, and I'm going to get to 46 or whatever.
You're going to order all the foods.
And then next week, I'm going to watch all the Super Bowls. Do
you remember your kids when you have $250 million? Or do the nannies care for them now?
You have a lot more time to do whatever you want with the kids. I'm going to teach my kid how to be a samurai if I'm worth $250 million.
Louis could pull that off.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. Be cool to have a kid who's a samurai.
Yeah.
But the retard takes video streams of himself and has pizza boxes sitting out there. Oh, by the way, Mr. Manly Man, tough guy, in great shape, just chowing down on pizza.
Because don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
wearing his fucking kimono.
I feel like that's an Elon Musk move, too. Like, I feel like he'd do something like Simple Man-ish.
That's more of an Elon Alex Jones thing, not a Cobra Tate.
But he's got his Versace robe on.
So does this make Greta Thunberg a snake charmer? She tamed a cobra.
Maybe the first snake she's ever charmed.
I hope so, because I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think. Oh, God, there's blood all over the pizza boxes.
Fuck.
I just love that. Like, he picked on Greta Thunberg, and she's like, oh, small dick energy over here. And his ego would not allow a 19-year-old girl to tell him he had small dick energy, which, by the way, is an insult you brush off. It's like, I know you are, but what am I? It's like she said, I am rubber, you are glue. You let that go. But this douchebag's ego would not allow it. And he goes, oh, I have to turn on a video camera, and I have to stream my response to Greta Thunberg. And then he puts the fucking pizza boxes. He might as well left his address on the pizza box.
Yeah, it should be written right there on top.
Yeah. And all because he couldn't let Greta Thunberg get the best of him. Bravo, Andrew.
I can't think of like another person like her. I feel like that definitely is like the brush it off your shoulder. You're just an annoying little tick. You're a tick crawling on me that I flush down the toilet or I burn on the stovetop.
The Daily Mirror says a spokesperson for Tate said, quote, we cannot provide any details at the moment regarding alleged reports that they have been detained. However, Andrew and Tristan Tate have the utmost respect for the Romanian authorities and will always assist in any way they can. Now, the Andrew Tate thing to me, I don't know anything about these charges. I don't know anything about, what he's accused of doing. I know he's really creepy, like when it comes to women. I know that he's got some pretty aggressive ideas when it comes to women. So it doesn't strike me as like crazy that he could possibly, be involved in some bullshit.
The take I was having where you're worth all this money, you can have women throw themselves at you. Why do this? I'm actually starting to think now, like maybe when you have that much money and you're such a douche like him, like maybe you just think who the fuck you are and you just can have it, even if like they said no, like, no, you're mine, you're below me.
I think it's more if you're going to do as much streaming and internet, if you're going to be so high profile in public, just by the law of averages, eventually you're going to fuck up.
Sure.
Like if you go on enough, you're going to leave some kind of breadcrumb there, especially in the internet age. You're going to leave enough breadcrumbs that people are going to find you.
Or in this case, pizza crust.
Like you can't go into hiding. You can't go into hiding and then constantly broadcast yourself. You have to either go into hiding or you have to broadcast yourself.
Well, somebody's got to know who this guy is too. Like the pizza delivery guy doesn't see him when he brings him the pizza. I'm all sorts of confused. Like, does he have somebody answer the door for him at all times?
Lemmy says, or maybe people really don't like Andrew Tate and are looking for any excuse to spin words to make him look like the bad guy. I've heard people accuse that he like runs a sex cult. I don't know if that's accurate or true, but he does strike me as a cult of personality guy where something like that could be possible. Like I could see him being such an egotist that he has a harem of women.
That's the direction I was heading with my take.
Yeah. So I don't know. I know he's out now. He's facing charges and all that other stuff. I guess we'll see. Hey, he doesn't have to hide anymore.
That's true. He's been outed.
Yeah, he can have his pizza boxes out there.
Box.
Yeah, outed by a pizza box. Outed by a pizza box, bested by the most obnoxious climate activist in the world.
That is a big ol' L.
Bravo, Mr. Tate.
Ouch.
King Cold says they're totally cool with him getting framed because they don't like him. But here's what I don't get. I get that people who like Andrew Tate are like, oh, he's being framed. Please tell me why Andrew Tate would need to be framed for anything.
He does it himself.
He's not an important guy. He's not like in the grand scheme of things. He's not a guy who's like upsetting the New World Order. He's not Donald Trump or anything like that. He's a guy who talks to a bunch of virgin teenagers and tells them that bitches ain't shit.
Okay, but
I mean, if Andrew Tate is a guy who needs to be stopped and they need to frame him for something, then they might as well be framing every rapper that's out there. I mean, he's not.
I could tell you why that doesn't happen, but it might not look
because they get themselves
friendly.
In trouble.
You work on the internet, right? You look at this shit every day. You absolutely know that like things that Andrew Tate says and stuff about how like women should be in a relationship or in the home or anything. You know that's frowned upon. We just did a story about it yesterday about the trad wife thing.
They're not going to frame him for a crime to get like Andrew Tate is not a voice worth silencing.
I hear you, but he's also worth a lot of money. And when people like psycho mental cases on the internet don't like something, they really go all in.
That has nothing to do though with the charges that he's facing. I'm talking about
if it's been
charges.
Framed.
People on the internet are going to frame a multimillionaire of sex crimes and no, they're not capable.
I don't think that sounds that crazy.
So a bunch of guys on 4chan are just going to get a guy framed for... No, there has to be evidence. There has to be something there.
Right.
You can't just blurt that out and then, I guess we're going to go arrest
If you're going to frame
Andrew
somebody,
Tate.
it starts with a group of people who don't like the guy.
Okay, but April, that wouldn't be people on the internet. That would have to be authorities. That would have to be politicians, police people, things like that. Why? I always ask people this. I understand you like a guy. I understand you think he's cool and you think he's great. What's happened more throughout history? Some arrogant asshole who runs a damn near cult-like thing turns out to be a total piece of shit and is breaking the law in some way, or the government felt that this cult-like guy needed to be destroyed, and so they framed him for sexual crimes. Like, to me, this is like the Bikram yoga guy. You know?
Oh, that guy. Oh.
Okay, but no, it's the same thing. The Bikram yoga guy was not worth taking down in some conspiracy. He was just a pervert creepo who got addicted to his own power, basically built a cult.
That was gross.
And was and you know, manipulated women for his own benefit. And it bit him in the ass. I think it's the same thing with Andrew Tate. I mean, look, the guy's such an egotist that he doesn't hide his fucking pizza boxes while he's in hiding before he goes on a live stream. The guy's in hiding and he's still live streaming all the time. Is this a guy who was worth framing, or is this a giant narcissist who just wanted more?
Well,
and
of
more
course,
and
I would
more?
pick that one, of course.
I agree with Unquenchable Fire. He's an idiot.
Yes. I think once you get to that level, like where he's worth that much and all he cares about is his cars and his abs, like I don't think there's a whole lot of sense going on upstairs.
Zen Rhino says it's funny people think Greta owned him. Well, she did. That's how dumb he is. He's so dumb that Greta Thunberg got the better of him. Like, I'm sure the last thing that went through his mind, other than that bullet, was how the hell Greta Thunberg ever got the best of him. Shades Cal is right. Roger Rabbit was framed. That's accurate. I mean, but that's a cartoon bunny. That's to be taken way more seriously than Andrew Tate. Anton Slavic says, what's wrong with building a cult to manipulate women into sex? Well, I mean, good question. And by the way,
that's an important one.
I would even say Greta Thunberg didn't own Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate, he played himself.
Yes, she didn't order him the pizza.
She broke him so bad. She fucked him up so bad just by saying small dick energy. She knew right where to hit him. She said small dick energy, and he went, that's it. I'm not even cleaning the pizza boxes up. I need to go make a stream. Okay, go ahead, dildo.
He got sloppy.
Yeah. But I do think this guy's up to something. I do. I 100% believe that Andrew Tate's up to something. I don't have any evidence. I would never bring it before a court.
Sure.
But this guy's up to something. There's something off about this guy. He's not okay. There's something. This guy's a creep, for sure. I don't like them, and I don't think anybody should be listening to him, let alone giving him money, but I don't think she owned him. She caused him to own himself. I mean, I think that's fair. He picked on her. She said one thing back, and he went nuts.
She touched a nerve.
Yeah.